Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Brewin on Broad Street. I'm Steve Snyder, entrepreneur in residence here at Gesmer Updegrove, and I have the honor of being joined by my really good friend Steve Awtrey, who is the founder and CEO of Nova Consulting. Welcome to you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. This is a treat. So you and I have known each other for nine or 10 years or more.
Yes.
You started Nova in 2013?
Yep.
2013. Tell us a bit about you, and then tell us about Nova.
Okay, so a little bit about me. So I've been in professional selling for really all of my professional career. And I've kind of seen it all. So from running territories to managing large multinational sales teams to being a leader of 4 startups. And it's been an amazing journey. And then as far as Nova goes, so Nova is, the best way to put us in your perspective is we're a learning and development organization. But we actually serve a very specific audience. We serve professional sellers. And our focus within that group is around helping those professional sellers perfect and master their sales conversations, because we believe that having mastery in a sales conversation is critical to the success of any deal. Simply because those conversations are what drives in those sales opportunities. And so to support that mastery, we've actually created 6 models. And all of the models are built to connect, build trust, and ethically persuade. And they're all built on cognitive, human behavior, and communication science. And we have 2 primary models, which we're very proud of. The advanced sales conversation is a conversational framework, again, that's supported by the research and the science. So it's not us, it's actually supported. And it's framework, and it allows you to literally construct and run a conversation in a very framework constructed environment. And then there's the architecting the deal. And that model actually came from our study of over thousands of sales opportunity. And we found 5 core commitments that if a deal didn't have those 5 commitments met, the deal wouldn't close. So those are the 2 primary models, and we have some supporting models that go along with them.
And you mentioned professional sellers, working with professional sellers.
Yes.
And this applies to small companies as well as large.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it really is agnostic. It doesn't really care because it's a conversation. So we've taken this artificial, very high stakes thing called a sales conversation, and we've broken it down. And it's simply a conversation. And so if we can get you to drop some of the artificial things and try to connect and build trust, then you get the opportunity to persuade, to shift minds, and you do it in an ethical way. So if you're a founder trying to sell your idea to a funder or your first customer, or if you're an enterprise salesperson working for a large multinational that has a lot of stakeholders, it's a conversation. And we're not reinventing the wheel. What we've done is taken all the research and the science around how we are as humans, how we communicate, and we brought that into a framework called the advanced sales conversation. It's simple to understand. It takes practice, but once you practice it, it's like, this was easy. It's really easy.
So for those tech entrepreneurs that are sitting with us today,
yes,
and watching you and listening to you this morning, what advice would you give them about the importance of what you and Nova are offering as keys to success?
Okay. So I would say, first of all, remember it's a conversation, right? But in all things, in your early stage, you want to observe, and you want to listen. So you're taking in information. And then you want to be curious about what information are you getting. You don't want to just dance on the surface. You're like, what am I hearing? What am I observing that is not being said? And be curious, like, why? What is that? And then, most importantly, especially in the early stage, you want to have the ability to shift, be agile. Don't get so committed to one idea and one way of doing things that you miss another opportunity that might be better for you.
Driving revenue is so important. Scaling is so important for earlier stage companies in order to grow and gain more traction. That's great advice.
Yes.
So let's shift, as you said, let's shift to a different topic. I know that you were a fighter pilot, and now you aspire to drive really fast cars. Yes?
Well, yeah. I mean, you reach a certain stage in life where they don't let you do stuff that you used to do, so you have to find other places to go do it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. As I start to think about, can I continue to pass the pilot's physical so I can continue to fly, or do I try something else? And so this is a shift. It's like, okay, I have this car, and it is the ultimate driving machine. And the guy that works on it for me is actually an instructor, and we got to talking one day, and I said, hey, Jason, could you teach me a J-turn? And it's like, come on, Steve, let's go do J-turns. So I'm thinking about it. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, for all of you entrepreneurs that are really focused on driving revenue and scaling, you have to speak with Steve Awtrey at Nova Consulting. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us in another edition of Brewin on Broad Street. See you next time.